Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to Mushoku Tensei, a jobless reincarnation. Tonight we're on episode 5. So, what happened last time? We're not gonna be looking at the comments for episode 4 yet. We're gonna be doing that on episode 6. I'm gonna look at the comments for episode 4 and 5. I said that last time, but I'm reiterating that. We have like the little pattern set out. Yeah. Pogged. Okay, so let me just boom get the last episode on the screen, episode 4 on the screen. So a couple things happened. It's kind of funny. We literally it immediately started with, Paul infidelity. Paul, this was honestly just let's show Paul let's show the audience how much of a sack of garbage Paul is. That's really what it was. Because like the infidelity is like one thing, right? And that's obviously not a good look. That's a really bad look. And I don't want to hear anyone saying, "Oh, Lilia was sousing him up." She wiped herself down with a dirty rag in her room with the door slightly ajar. That is not saucing someone up, okay? I know she's saying that like, "Oh, they're moaning and I got my urges and so I had to just woo him." If that's all it takes for him to cheat on her, or for him to cheat on Zenith, then guess what? He's already done it 30 times back in the village, okay? This is just the first time he's been caught, right? We can agree on that. And I know Lily is like proximity-wise, so you could make an argument of like, oh, he's not outside the house very often, he doesn't have to change. How many times, hey Zenith, how many times has he come home late drunk? Those women in the town, those like, those rambunctious bar youth, you think he hasn't tried to riz them up? Oh, he has. So I'm not okay with that, Paul. I'm not okay with that because Zenith is honestly like one of the few characters in the show that is absolutely seems absolutely pure of heart, beautiful, exciting, beautiful, wonderful, just great, right? I mean, pretty much we've got Zenith and we've got, who else? Selfie? That's like it. Because like obviously, like Lilia's trying to riz up a married man, that's like a minor, that's like not a good look, but like at least that's kind of all she's done, but she's done nothing else, so it's like hard to like, she's like slightly under neutral then. Paul's obviously garbage. I haven't even gone into the second part of that. We'll get to that in a second. Zenith seems really good. Rudy, we've talked enough about Rudy. Yeah, Rudy's a work in progress, okay? That's kind of the point, that he's a work in progress, but Rudy's a Rudy. Oh, Roxy. Anything with Roxy? I mean, Roxy, like, she was, in the hall listening to Paul and Zenith go in sicko mode that one time, but like, I don't know, that's not that bad. Like, that's fine. It was a little risky for her to be out in the hall. Like, what are you peeping on them? That's like kind of cringe, but I'll let it slide, Roxy, just this once because you're young. Sophie, obviously, pure of heart, beautiful, wonderful. And then Aisha and Norn, I guess. I mean, they just spawned in, so like that's kind of a hard thing to say. And then we got freaking Galone, or I don't know, how do you pronounce this beast woman's name? Let's see it. Let's hear it. Dude, Rudy is poggy. Do you see how? Ow. I just got like back pain from how hard Rudy's pogging. Bro, wait, did I just like pop a spinal cord? Gelenu. It sounds like Gelenu. Like ge, not high. Ge, lane, ooh. Gelenu. Bet. Okay. I mean, Galenu's probably fine. I don't know. She's probably I don't know. Okay, and this isn't me being racist, but let me just say it. She's probably a marauder, right? I mean, look, she's literally got this impale, like, explosion mark on her stomach. She's ripped. She's almost naked, but, like, still battle ready. I mean, this is, like, Marauder 101, is it not? And, like, being a beast woman, like, I don't know how the beast races work in this world, but, like, that implies some, like, feral ferocity, Oh, man. Okay, but yeah, back to the Paul thing. Paul is continuing to be a rat because of this. Let me find the line specifically. It was the whole... Right here. This is the craziest thing to me, okay? Lily and Paul studied swordsmanship together. Lily is the maid, right? So you're thinking, oh, that's kind of weird. Like, they had a backstory together. That's kind of cool. Just wait. Oh, back then Paul had the talent, but he's goofing off. He does kind of seem like that type of just like natural talent, natural good looks, just rides on that as opposed to make anything happen. But then this part of, to make it worse, he assaulted Lilia when she was sleeping and deflowered her. So there's two parts to this. there's two parts to this. I didn't really talk about this last time. I was just kind of like, Paul is a rat. This is just a great example of that. Not even rat. This is like human scum, right? Paul is much like, I think I don't know if I said this in the video or in the Discord. Shout out the Discord. But like, Rudy could become a problem. Paul is a problem, right? Paul is an active issue, while Rudy just has enough like stuff in his past that I'm worried is going to cause him to do problems in the future. But I'm still able to work with Rudy. No, Paul's just an issue. Paul's an issue, and he doesn't seem to have any sorrow, sympathy, regret for like anything like this. So yeah, Paul's the worst. Human garbage. And at least homeboy Rudy like kind of says that in like a second here. He's like, yeah, he's scum, but he's strong, so I gotta respect the strength. Yeah, so I thank you, Rudy, for at least being able to recognize that. And I think he like straight up, this is kind of interesting. Putting it mildly, Paul is scum. Yeah, like facts. But despite that, I respect him because he's strong. I get it. Doesn't he also say like from one degenerate to another at one point? Let me see if I can find that line. That line's actually I don't want to... If I can't find it, I don't want to talk about it. Oh, poor Sophie. Oh, Sophie. I'm so glad that Paul got Rudy out of there by getting him kidnapped by a beast lady. Clutch. Bro, I want to get kidnapped by the beast lady. What the heck? Please limit yourself to mother. Oh my goodness. I feel like... I don't know if it was in this episode, but I feel like... Didn't Rudy, like, call himself and be like, oh, Paul and I are both degenerates? I feel like he said something like that. The reason that line's important, because that's Rudy, like, self-identifying as a degenerate, which is a negative thing, so that would show that he's aware of, like, that part of him being a flaw, that gives us more idea of how he views himself, but I can't find the line, so I won't worry about it. But the crazy second thing with this, Lilia, why are you working for this guy? Why are you the maid for Paul? You were in the swordsmanship thing, so what happened there? I don't see you with a sword anymore. And you got a sword hidden in your maid outfit? I don't know. But then second, he literally assaulted you, and assaulted is putting it lightly, to Lilia, and then Lilia ends up working for this guy as the maid, and then Lilia's the one that ends up trying to seduce him? Like, Lilia, are you okay? What's going on in your noggin there? I don't really get how these wires work, you know? Like, you've just kind of, I guess you've forgiven him, I guess. Or, like, you let him get away with it because he was hot? I don't know. I mean, you ran away from the school, so it's not, like, get away with it, I mean, in terms of forgiving, not in terms of, like, punishing him with the school. But, like, Lilia, what are you doing here? If this happened to you, get out of Dodge. I just don't get it. I don't understand Lilia. I don't understand Lilia. I just assumed that they were friends for a long time. They kind of implied that. And then Paul went Paul mode on her. Disgusting. But like, Lilia was like, obviously, like, there's not consent there, but she was able to forgive him because of their relationship, I guess. Which is just like, wow, Lilia, if you can forgive that, then like, that says, I don't know what that's saying. That's just wild to me. That's just kind of insane to me. Lilia, are you okay? Rudy, of course, made moves with the whole lying to Zenith thing. A little bit of manipulation. I was fine with that, though. He was doing it for the good purpose of... Well, he was doing it to repay... I don't know. The way he said he was doing it was to repay Lilia for the whole, like, holy relic panties thing. The thin walls, man. The thin walls. But, like, surely he also cared about the baby and her dying. Like, that was also part of it, right? That I think he was thinking about here. But then he kind of... I think that was just... It was both of those things combined. It's like, oh, Lilia's done me right in the past, and I want to do Lilia right. Part is a return on that, and then partly because I just don't want her to die. Yeah. So, a W for Rudy. Good job, Rudy. They just always undercut it with every good thing that happens is undercut with a little bit of sauce, right? A little bit of, oh, it's for the holy relic thing, or, you know, oh, like, I want to help Sophie to go to college, but I'm just really trying to make her codependent on me because I'm a little Rudy's gray rat, you know? Or, like, I don't know, you could just go on and on, right? Like, I feel like almost every good action, he's literally, like, saying, like, oh, like, look at this sweet, like, he and Sophie are good friends and nothing bad's happening. Let's cut to him I'll gradually raise her to be my ideal. Let's cut to him wanting to groom her. Like, that's a good idea. Like, that's just crazy. Then Roxy, don't stop getting molested by this random kid. Literally, just kill him. Why are we all so fine with this in this world? She just sighs. This is not a sigh behavior. You can't even say that like there's some really like weird like she's a fine with it thing, because like look how ugly the guy is, you know? Like look at that bowl cut. And I mean she does light him on fire, but like it's so casually done. This is a casual light on fire. And you know that this has happened before, and he's just gonna come back and do it again. This world is messed up. This world's a problem. I mean, our world's a problem too. The real world's a problem too. I'm not gonna pretend that this place is extra sexual compared to our world. I mean, we're just seeing a lot of it. But I mean, our world's like this too. So like, don't get me wrong. Also, Rudy's old like otaku voice, inner thoughts, is just crazy to me whenever I hear that. It's just like, please, you're breaking my Rudy immersion, but you're not. But it's also like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, Rudy kind of crazy. And then yeah, okay. Final thing though, Rudy, because I want to get into the episode. I do want to get into the episode. The episodes where we look at the comments are going to be the real juicers, especially if we're doing like double comments on those. But yeah. So for this, what was I trying to say here? This is the craziest line to me here. I don't know if I talked about this last time. Right here. Paul says, in regards to the Rudy paying for Selphie's tuition, says, that won't be the best thing for Selphie. Agreed. Good call, Paul. A broken clock is right 2 times a day. Rudy responds, yes, but I think it will be for me. So he's willing to put Selphie in a worse position to help himself. Selfish. And he admits it as he's saying, I'm being selfish here, right? Which at least he's honest about it, right? He's not trying to like weasel his way out of it, because we know he's got them argumentative skills. But I mean, this guy's an absolute issue. He's a problem. This is a problem behavior. Because that's what I was saying, right? Like Rudy's someone that is going to cause problems potentially. This is an active problem, but Paul immediately gets on it by getting him kidnapped by a Galenu. So shout out Galenu. I assume this might also have to do with the job thing, because they're talking about the job thing. Maybe it's like capturing him, and then he's going to go work for her for like a few months, a year, I don't know. And then he'll come back, and Selphie will hopefully be more like, you know, like less codependent on him, and that bond will be like weakened a bit so that it doesn't like spiral into something really unhealthy. We'll see. Maybe we'll meet red-haired girl with Galenu. Sorry, it's going to take me a minute. Assuming Galenu's even right. Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez, man. Oh, no. This red girl's gonna be an issue. Dude, they're all gonna be issues. Okay, so what would a beast woman do? Can we guess what the job's gonna be? I kind of feel like defending a royal would be fun. My reasoning for that is this carriage is mad fancy with the drapes and such. She's got jewelry, look, nice sword, right? Like, Marauder, I'm taking back the Marauder thing. Maybe she, like, used to be, like, part of a... I feel like she's a mercenary. That means that she's a mercenary for someone expensive, right? Because she's so rich, because she's pimped out, because she's in a nice carriage. Sorry. Yeah. What was I saying? Whoa. Okay. Can we just help Selphie? Can we just save Selphie from this issue? And Roxy. Roxy's nice, too. I like Roxy. Roxy and Selphie. And Zenith. Can we just cut every other character out and just have that trio? New main trio just dropped. Roxy, Selphie, Zenith. Boom. Just like that. Also, I had a little bit of a disagreement with people. Who's hotter, Lilia or Zenith? Who's hotter? It's Zenith, right? Surely, right? I mean, we're going to do a tier list at the end of the series, and then we'll really have to, like, put that to the test and, like, really think about it. But, like, it's Zenith, right? Okay. Just making sure we're on the same page. Okay? You disagree with me? Okay. Shut up. Okay, bet. Yeah, so is Rudy going to go become a freaking, like, mercenary with something? I don't know. Maybe, Red Girl, how well-dressed are you? I don't know. You look about as well-dressed as everyone else in the show. No, like, jewelries or anything. Because I'm trying to figure out where she's going to get introduced. She could get introduced at the school, or she could get introduced on this mission. I feel like it's one of those two. But, like, she doesn't look like a wizard to me. She looks like a stub. Like, she looks like rich and snotty. Doesn't she look snotty to you? Like the frown on her face. Like this is not a good look from her. And I know it's one frame and it's the only context I have for her character, but it doesn't make me think like well high class wizard, or maybe it's a wizard. Ooh, maybe it's like because tuition's expensive, right? So maybe it's both, and she's at the school, but she's rich. We'll see. Honestly, let's just jump into the episode. Enough of me like yapping. I kind of want to watch episode 5. I'm excited. I really am enjoying the show. I feel like one thing I'll say, and I don't know if this is a critique. I don't think I could call this a critique. I feel like all the Rudy elements, and by that I mean like a lot of the sexual elements, since it's in the form of an isekai, it's kind of taking me out of the world a little bit. Because like I feel like we're in this weird spot where it's like there's two different wires going, right? There's like a world with a lot of sexual focus, right? Or a story, let's say a story with a lot of sexual focus. This is true. Zenith and Paul going crazy. Lilia and Paul going crazy. Galenu and Paul definitely went crazy back in the day. Rudy and Sylphie, I don't want to talk about it. Roxy and random rich, like the list goes on. And so that's like one wire. Totally fine with that. Whatever. I don't think that's necessarily taking me out of the show or anything, or like breaking my immersion, because I feel my immersion's a bit weaker than I'd like it to be. But then we have the other thing of the whole Rudy's an isekai person from like an our world, like a real world, modern world. And he, cranked it to hentai on his computer all day, right? For like 10 years or whatever. So it's like this weird thing where like the sexual elements in the show don't feel like they're as rooted in like a fantasy world as I would expect, because we have a very sexual minded person from the modern world that's there, and a lot of it's getting run through his lens, Rudy. So it's like this weird thing where I'm like it's like mixing, it's like doing this like I feel like it's a lot of the sexual focus, instead of it being like flesh of the world and like kind of a world building or like a that kind of thing, or like a commentary, that it like the commentary shifts into a reflection of the modern world, right? Like, do you get what I mean? I don't even know if this makes any sense what I'm trying to say. It's like, because a lot of the sexual elements are kind of run through a Rudy lens, like Rudy was kind of our introduction into all of that, it feels like a lot of the sexual elements are like some sort of commentary on like neat culture, otaku culture, right? And a commentary on neat culture / otaku culture in a fantasy story takes me out of the fantasy aspects and like kind of splits my focus into like the, I'm getting pulled into the real world like very often, because it like that was our introduction into the sexual elements. Yeah, that's like my only, and that's not a bad thing. It's just really my wires kind of getting crossed thematically, I think. And like, yeah, I don't know. And it could also just be like, I don't watch a ton of shows that have like a ton of sexual elements like this. And I know you're going to say, oh, what about Monogatari? And I know you're going to say, oh, what about XYZ? Shut up. Listen, character development, okay? And usually this is not like a genre that I'm very like used to, right? So maybe it's just that as well, but I don't know. Just a thought. Not a critique, just something I've noticed about like my own watch, where I've been like, that's kind of been spiking my, like, disrupting my immersion a little bit. Not a lot though, just a little bit. But yeah, let's jump into episode 5. Enough yapping. Let's see where this wagon wheel is going to be taking us in a 3, a 2, a 1. Bang! Galenu. Yeah, Galenu sounds good. Galenu. I can't read. Whoa, weirdly, that's a weird, like, letter. Okay. Muscle-bound strong woman. And she seems so incredibly attractive. Dang, she tall. Okay, so it is the work thing. Ah, you'll tutor. Is that the red girl? How long? Okay. Interesting. A sword king. Except in bed, confirmed. That was so easy to confirm. How does Paul get it? How did Paul get access to that? That's ridiculous. 5 years. A lot longer than I thought. Exactly. No more grooming. Good call, Paul. Good call. So true. Look at him go. So, the young lady is fair game, but hands off the strong woman, she's mine. Good call. Good call. At least you can recognize that. Good job, Rudy. Facts. Good job, Rudy. I think he's coping a little bit, but yeah. No. No sneaking out. No sneaking out. Are those bunny girls? Wait, what was that? What is that? Oh, the person in charge of this house has a thing for beast people. That's so bad. Okay, at least this guy's not a beast person. It's because he's a dude. Cat girl or a dog girl? I don't know. Oh, okay. Lesson learned. Or this? Okay, bet. Another gray rat. Philip gray rat. Okay, nice. Philip gray rat. In the notes, in the notes. Yeah, Pog. Your hair's not red, though. Is it not going to be red, girl? We'll see. Bring her out. Me too. I hope he doesn't do that as well. Oh, she's gonna be so stubborn. She's gonna be the worst. It's gotta be the red girl. She looks so annoying. Let's see, though. Eris. That is her. Goat girl? Is there a goat? Oh, red eyes. Yeah, Philip had red eyes too. That's the goofiest and noble bow I've ever seen. Oh, that was ridiculous. Wait, and they're related familiar. It's like a second cousin thing? You just slapped him? Oh, this girl's the worst. Can we go back home? This is not a fun mercenary adventure. Oh, good slap. Good slap, Rudy. Deserved. Escalation. What's about to happen? Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. Cast something. Thank you. Good job. Satan water level magic, water magic, go boom boom boom. Come on, kill her. No, it's fine. Don't kill her. Bad move. This is good. This is great. Philip, did you not raise her? Yeah, what happened? Clutch. Clutch from Rudy. Good speech check. Nah, he ain't wasting this. It's an opportunity. If everyone's given up on her, then she'll probably appreciate it if Rudy doesn't give up on her. I can't cast healing magic silently. Good to know. I didn't know you couldn't do that. This guy's an issue. What's up with this guy? Okay, Butler's gonna betray the family. Butler's gonna betray the family. Butler, a problem. That Butler's an issue. Dang, I didn't even think about that. Oh, that was sick. It played like the sound of the streets and the cars and such, you know? Because he was talking back about when he got beat up by his younger brother. Oh, you've been kidnapped. Oh, what is happening? Oh, you're in a box. Oh, this is part of his plan? This is part of his trick? Wait, both of them got kidnapped? Like, but... Oh, they faked a kidnapping to show off how cool magic is? Okay, okay. Yeah, Rudy, bad time to laugh. Yeah, I was about to say, Gilead's their literal... Oh, wow. Nice choice. Is this guy actually acting? Oh no, I don't like this. Oh, this is horrible. They're just... Why, this is... Oh my... Rudy! Rudy, it's going too far! Rudy! Holy shit, you can't just watch as she gets curb stomped. Is she okay? Go cast healing magic. This poor girl. She's... Oh my... Dude! What is this show? Grandfather? This is him doing the incantation. This is really not the time, but I guess it is. But like, what? Yeah, it's real. Rudy thinks it's fake, but it's real. Yeah. You don't curb stomp the noble girl. Like, look at her. She's literally, like... Oh, sick earth magic. Good call. Nice, Rudy. Nice, Rudy. Nice, Rudy. I mean, I know what you're doing here, but, like, help her. How old is this girl? Like, 9? He needs to hear her say yes. Well, the guy in the back was so much stronger. Dude, I feel nauseous. After watching her get curb stomped, I feel nauseous. I guess she's fine with it, so I... Shut up, be quiet. Shh. I'm gonna lose it. Oh yeah, you still want to play Heidi Tidy? Yeah. That's what I thought. You can't read? Did they just spoil her? Did they do nothing? Wait, did they just steal a horse? That'd be really funny. Or did they... No, they're in a carriage. They didn't steal it. I guess they had some money. Or something. It's part of the math. I like Eris fine. I've changed my mind. We're getting attacked by bandits? What is going on? No, we're good? Bro, what happened to this town? There's nobody outside? This is the scariest town I've ever walked through. No, we can't. Don't relax. Don't lower your guard. Yeah, problem walks around the court. That's the butler. He's a problem. He's a problem. He was no, he's an issue. Yeah, he's an issue. That was he manipulated it, got his bandit friends to capture them for real. Now Eris is getting kidnapped. Saint level water magic time. Good, yes. Wall of stone. Don't put the blade against her. Oh? Huh? No shot. You're not flirting with the idea, Rudy. I know you're not. I know you're just playing. Right, Rudy? Yeah, he's not gonna take it, though. Or is this is this still acting? This would be crazy if this was still acting, because they're kind of setting him up to... Yeah, he's setting him up to be a hero. Oh, why would you say that out loud? Nice fireworks. I like it. Oh, and okay. Galenu on the way. Ooh, ooh! Oh, the nut shot. Good move, Rudy. Oh, this guy's kind of scary. Mud. Nice shot. He threw it. Oh, you knew about it, though. She's on all fours. Good stuff, Galena. Dude. Okay, that was not acting on their part, because Galenu's not here for it. Yes! Yes! Rudy, you ever seen a corpse before? I don't think you have. Oh, he's not happy. Good call, Galena. Kill the butler. Cut his head off, too. Rudy's tripping, though. Rudy's not used to this. Dang. What a horrible, 2 days for these kids. I like Eris. I'm fine with Eris. Eris is good. I appreciate the will, okay? I know she'll turn a leaf. I believe in Eris. Eris stalks on the rise. No, Rudy. But it was due to your quick thinking with the fireball that got Galeni to you. Galeni to you. Philip, clutch. Bro. Good job, Rudy. No, yeah, I mean, literally, he got a, like, Eris will remember this in the top left after he denied the offer from the butler, you know? A young lady in violence? Yeah, you don't say. Oh my goodness. I still feel nauseous. I paused the ED. I didn't even watch the ED. That's crazy to me. What's the next episode called? I'll watch it in a second, but... A day off in Roa? Yeah, let me watch the ED. Bro, I feel nauseous. Because, like, I don't even know. Just watching her get curb stomped really was not a pleasant experience for me. That was unfortunate. That was not good. It's just, man. I mean, Rudy clutch for being there, but... It's just like everything Rudy does. Like, he makes a lot of so good decisions, right? But he always does it for, like, reasons that are run through that, like, his experience as, like, a shut-in for so long that just makes it sound so cringe. Like, him saying, like, affection points, like, that makes it sound like he's trying to spin it into, like, a romance visual novel. And I get, like, why he's doing it, you know, like, he said himself, like, all he did was, you know, play visual novels and MMOs and crank it, right? So, like, I get it. Like, that's just the way he understands the world and understands human relationships. But, like, damn. Rudy Clutch. Rudy Clutch. Okay, we've met all our characters in the ED, though, right? Yeah, she looked so snotty, bro. Look how snotty she looks there. She's frowning. She's dismissive. She's got her back turned to him. Roxy. Anyone else? Just like, damn, I'm not trying to see this girl get her head cracked on the pavement, though, you know? Like, I just met her. Like, holy crap. I mean, I'm gonna watch it again right now. Also, okay, let's just get out of the way. Philip has a thing for beast people. Philip, that's his sexual flaw. Because every male character, we know Philip's got some sort of beast person fetish. It just is what it is, okay? You don't have your entire maid staff be beast people as a rich noble if you don't have a beast person thing. Do I blame him? No, because I mean, this is kind of pogged. I'm just gonna say how it is. Bunny girl, I'm there for it. Blonde bunny girl? Oh my goodness. I've never wanted to be Philip more than my life. Okay, but yeah, Eris. So, like, Eris, like... What made her out to be like this? This defiant, stubborn, willful brat, right? Like, where does this person even come from? I mean, just being told you're a noble, being told you're better than people, being, you know, not facing consequences for your actions, never being humbled, that kind of thing. I mean, she doesn't know how to read, so what? She just, like, thinks she's above it all, and because she has servants to do it for her. I mean, that's the way it kind of came across. But then the experience But, like, this, I'm not trying to see her little teeth on the floor. Like, these are probably baby teeth. I'm not trying to see her baby teeth littering the blood in the pavement. She's literally bleeding from her ear. But, I mean, this is, okay, this, though, imagine this. Personally, if I get... What happened to her? Did she get punched in the head and then curb stomped? What was the chain of events here? So she went into fight with the fist. Got tripped, hair pulled, thrown, curb stomped. Okay, heard. If I get curb stomped, I'm going into fight or flight, full fetal position, protect the head, and I'm probably going to cry afterwards because that would hurt really, really bad, right? She doesn't do any of that, right? She tanks it and then says, you'll pay for this. I mean, that's exceptional. That's exceptional to me. I like that attitude. It's definitely also, it's to the point of being her, like, fatal flaw, right? Like, that's how we've been introduced to her. But I mean, the uncompromising, never back down attitude can be so incredibly good in the right circumstance. So, I mean, Eris stocks are rising is what I'm trying to say. Like, I have a lot of faith in her character becoming, like, really like becoming a very giga character, right? And developing really positively. This whole Butler guy, they to the thing. As soon as where was that shot of the Butler? That one shot of the Butler right here literally tells you, oh, this guy's a problem. So hard though. Can we talk about that? You don't do a slow zoom in on the basic Butler without saying that he wants someone dead. Yeah, because he's plotting right there. Damn, yeah, that made me so uncomfortable. That was so much. I mean, good on Rudy. Rudy's just making all the right moves. Rudy's making the plays. We can talk about, I guess, about the whole like watching somebody's decapitated body in front of him and also almost dying. Like that's not gonna, like that's a lot on his mental for sure. And we were seeing him like deal with that because I mean up to this point, right? It's very different to be playing a game, an MMO, and be casting spells, and it's like, oh, I can do that in real life now. Like that's one thing, and then killing someone in MMO and watching someone die in real life is like completely different, you know? And I mean, they've shown this, right? Because it's no longer just fun magic sprouting around. It's like, oh, this is a corpse, and I almost became one of these, and it's bloody, and my visceral flight or fight response is popping off at the scent and the sight of the crimson flowing on the pavement, you know, getting in my boots, and you know, does it get in his boots? Yeah, like it goes along his shoes, right? And so you know that he's got to wash that out later, and he's going to be rethinking this. You know that he's walking through the city afterwards, and the first couple steps he takes, and he looks down and he sees the bloody footprints from the other person's blood, and he's just a part of him's thankful it's not his own blood, but at the same time, like that's crazy. So I mean, what's that going to do for his mental? I think good because it stakes for him, right? I mean, good and bad. Like that's a lot of pressure. Money can't buy dere. That's just such a line. It's like he does the best thing for the worst reason. He saves her not because it's the right thing to do, not because he doesn't want her to die, not because he's trying to even do his job. He's doing it because he's like, oh, this is the visual novel route to getting the girl. Rudy. Like, it's just, you run through, your lens is so twisted. It's so concave. That's lens terminology. It's so convex? It's so convex. But just, yeah, his lens is just so, like, gross. But I get it. Like, I understand you, man. But, like, damn. Seeing the corpse. I loved the ringing. The ringing was really good. This is literally how I feel when I'm watching Eris get her head kicked in and her skull shattered by some random bandit in a, you know. The animation was super pogged as well. Watching her cut off the guy's heads was really good. Let me just watch that scene again. This? Oh, maybe that's what the ringing came from. Like, you cannot tell me that the bullet time is not red and white, is not the coolest thing you've ever seen. Yeah, what a cool effect there. Double decapitation, you love to see it. Oh no. You wanna know the worst thing? I'm gonna tell you the worst thing. This means that they can do anything to anyone. If they're willing to talk about, like, because it's like, it's one thing to be talking about, like, oh, Paul sexually assaulted a person while they were sleeping and more. Like, that's one thing, and that's really extreme to go in that department. And then we've, of course, seen, like, some very light sex scenes, but nothing, like, shown. But, like, so we understand the limits there that the show has set, which there aren't many, but we understand where the show's going in that department. But in terms of, like, gore and violence, I mean, decapitating adults is one thing, but stomping in a child's head is another thing entirely. And with all the characters being, like, a lot of the main characters that are tied to Rudy, for them to all be children, makes this very, very not good. Because this is just horrible. This is just absolutely horrible, and it makes me feel horrible. Yeah. Dang, this show, man. It's just one of those things. It's one of those things that, like... frick. it's like one of those things that like it's the energy that it brings is so disturbing and painful that like I don't even want to touch it, you know? Because I like positive, high energy, you know, Galone cutting off heads and saving the day, like that's great. But you know, watching a kid get the head stomped in, that's just so dark. And it's, I don't know. I guess I on one hand I do appreciate it because it really raises the stakes for us as the audience of being like, oh, they will hurt these characters a lot, which makes me just, man, this world is horrible. Rudy, how is it that Rudy's one of the most morally straight characters in so many ways? You know what I mean? Like compared to Paul, compared to the bandits. We're caught in the spider's web. Good visual storytelling here. Dang. Okay, well, I guess that's all I really got for this episode. I guess. I mean, what else am I supposed... I could just keep saying that I'm uncomfortable with the murder. I guess, like, I'm going to keep watching the show. I'm not scared, okay? I've been here, done this. It's just so horrible. To me, it's kind of like it's that same thing I've said before, and I'll just reiterate it real quick. Of if you're gonna bring in heavy topics, you got to execute it really, really well and make sure it's not gratuitous. And this show's going into a lot of those heavy topics. And I mean, now with the Eris, that was pretty heavy for a second there. Oh boy. Okay. I'm just worried about the execution. I guess it's fine. I don't know. This is something I gotta sit with. I'm gonna sit with this, see what the people think about it, see what the comments think about it. You know how it goes. Great animation though, and I do like the show. I'm not trying to say anything there. It's just, man, it makes me uncomfortable. It makes me uncomfortable. It makes me nauseous. It is what it is. Okay, it is what it is. That's all I got for this episode. I think of episode 5. On to the next episode 6. Episode 6 will be looking at the comments, should be exciting, but of course, until the next episode of 6, that's all I got for you tonight. I'll be seeing you on the next one. Hit that notification bell, subscribe if you're new, blah, 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 comment below if you have anything to say, or join the Discord and talk to me or other Mushoku Tensei jobless reincarnation fans there. But until then, until next time, hit the notification bell as well for any streams, any new uploads, bing, bing, boom, pom, pom, pong, algorithm, and until then, until next episode of 6, that's all I got for now. I'll be seeing you on the next one. Peace.